Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow. I'm actually in the suburbs of Moscow today, and I thought I'd take you for a walk around a Russian typical deep discount supermarket. It's right behind me. We're gonna head on inside right away. I had to come outside to have a look at the opening hours because I didn't notice them as I walked in, and the actual name of the store is called B1. And then it's got the words first choice right after it. I'm not too sure what the B1 reference is, but the first choice, I think they want you to think it's your first choice for shopping. And it's open every day from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. Now, very typically in Russia, most supermarkets are open till 10 p.m. every day. I'm gonna see if I can get my way back inside here, and unfortunately with the warmer weather the snow is melting and the floors don't tend to be too clean, but it's okay. And there's actually a small little market here as we walk inside which other stores, and then as we come in there's baskets. That's the only type of way to shop in the store. And then there's also a nice coffee machine right here. These are actually a franchise where you can actually install these all around Russia, and then it's tap and go payment. You can put your own sauce in and off you go. And this is B1. And we'll have a bit of a walk around. You'll actually see how busy it is and hopefully get a bit of a feeling of what a Russian typical deep discount supermarket looks like, and some of the subtle differences or big differences. You can actually get rice by weight, and also oats, which is nice. You can just scoop it up, take as much as you like. It's by the kilo. Now the one thing you'll notice very distinctly in this store, it's not beautiful. It's designed around these shelves and racks, and then there's no labeling. Everything is actually still in the boxes, and the idea is a lot of the stuff that will come from the companies, the packaging is what's called shelf ready, which means they just produce the contents and then the packaging just tears off and goes right onto the shelf, either 1 deep or 2 deep, and you're good to go. And then as we look around at all the different vegetables, they're all just straight in the baskets that they come from the fruit or vegetable vendors. They're not in separate fancy boxes. Literally how they get shipped is how they're selling them. And the same with mandarins. It's currently January here in Russia, so these are the most popular item. And also 109 rubles a kilo is more than fair at the moment, about $1.30 US a kilo. And again, you just help yourself to what you need. It's all here. There's the signs right above. There is nothing fancy about the way the shop displays everything. Yes, there is eggs in Russia. The price has gone up a little, but the standard box of 10 eggs is just over $1 US for 10 eggs. About $1.10, I think, give or take. And of course, in this sort of store, you're going to see the pallets as they get loaded into the store, and then they just get walked out to be put on the shelf. And I think this one here is sugar. Yeah, there's sugar by the kilo right here, and then some more vegetables that haven't been put out. But they do have a nice bread section here with ready-made bread. I think some of these they'll actually cook in the back. And I think they've got my favorite garlic bread. This is the brown bread version. This one is 60 rubles. So pretty much $1 Australian. Or what would you rather have? Mini pizza or a stick of garlic bread? Let me know what your preference is. And again, you're gonna see how it all is on the shelves here. And most of the products will only generally come in a couple of brands. So you're not gonna see 10 or 20 choices of something. You're going to see 1 or 2. You're going to see flour in big packaging. And then just down here, even the plastic's still on them. They're not even unwrapped. And they put out, here is the classic loaf of bread, 52 rubles, so about 60 cents. And then all of the candy right here. Just scooch past, sorry. And again, you're not seeing everything well displayed because that's the intention of the store. It cuts down on the labor in the shop. So a lot of times the people at the register are the ones that come and do the shop floor setup. And then sometimes it gets torn open where people are ready to shop and grab things. And they're using even the trolleys to put out the cat food right here. And you know, they're in the trays like you would see in the supermarket, but you know, these are shelf-ready packaging, so it's nice and easy. Let's keep walking around, see if we can do this in one take. I think we're going to have to do a couple because there's a couple of areas to point out. So you will see a lot of brand recognizable products. So you'll see here Tide, which is very well known, Vanish, and you know, the idea is to put them out as cheaply as possible, as simply as possible, and just keep refilling the shelves and rinse and repeat. And you'll see just from the lines here how popular this store is, purely because things here are 5 or 10 or 20 or 50 rubles cheaper than they would be at another Russian typical supermarket. So it's just more cost effective to come shopping here. Now, I'm going to ask everybody, is there shops like this where you live in the world? Is there deep discount supermarkets? That's what they name these in Russia. And this is becoming a thing in Russia, I mean, for quite a lot of years now. But now there's a bit of competition amongst the two bigger food brands in Russia, or supermarket chains, that are producing this concept of store. So what's happening with the different manufacturers, they're intentionally making the products in packaging that can be going right on the shelf. So there's just a tear open for most things, and you put it right on display how it comes. There's even a alcohol section. Lays have even made an appearance, and all the choices of Lays. As we have a look around, there isn't a very big selection of alcohol, but there is all the staple items, and you know, a fairly classic bottle of vodka there for about $5 US. There's even some wines as well. I mean, not lots of choices, but enough to do the trick and to, you know, find something inexpensive. And there's just such a mix here. You got Corona next to corn, which is that's the nature of this style of shop. You know, it's never gonna ever be perfect in here, and this is somewhere I'd love to work and spend an hour and help them tidy up a little bit. Even the toilet roll section doesn't get a nice display, but it's available. The thing is, no matter what your budget is, you can walk in and find something, you know, in any category of food or, you know, personal items or cleaning items. So you'll see here the bigger packaging of toilet roll. It's about $1.70 for 8 rolls. This is something that you can get in any supermarket in Russia, but it's cheaper here. Come around to the soft drinks and water. There isn't too many choices. This is actually one thing that I like to drink. This lemon, lime and mint. It's kind of a bubbly soda drink. And of course, we've got Eves, which is the Pepsi brand. There's good cola there, which was Coca-Cola at one point. And then even over here, Martini. All available. And then some juices. Again, that packaging style that just goes right on the shelf. Nothing too complicated about it. The same with things like the fish. You just basically put it into separate bags for payment. All the ketchup, Heinz is definitely still in Russia, and there's even other flavors of it. If you're watching the video from start to end, and as I'm walking around, you might notice that we haven't seen a dairy section or a chilled food section. Here is more different vegetables. Again, they just put out exactly how they arrive. There is no fanciness to it. It's not about that, you know, apples. But what you've got over here is the dairy section off in the distance. So the way around saving money, and obviously in the setup of these stores, and not have fridges, is to have literally a walk-in cooler for all of the dairy products and all of the meat and hams. And literally, this is a walk-in fridge. And this is exactly how it would get delivered. So the packaging would come in here and then just get put out for display. You see here some chicken, some cabbage, and then different leaf vegetables, and the fan's blowing away there. So this is refrigerator temperature if you want different types of hams and sausages. And if you've seen other videos on my channel, this food that you're seeing is not different. It's just displayed in a more simpler format, and it's allowing them to open a lower cost store by simplifying how the shop is designed, how it's built, how it's put on display. Now, here is something that's kind of interesting or curious for people. There's actually the mince right here from Miratok, and Miratok is the largest meat producer in Russia, and they also have a chain of supermarkets that sell their own products in-house. But a lot of supermarket chains buy from Miratok the packaged meat and beef, pork, chicken from them, and then it's sold right here just in these boxes. And as each one is sold through, they just put them in a pile in the corner. Now, my aim of this video is not to show you a negative side of Russian supermarkets, is to show you the low cost option for shopping and where you can come and buy things cheaper. You know, a lot of the brands that are in here are in other supermarkets in Moscow. This is the cream cheese that I normally buy right here, but it's not in a fancy showcase and display, it's not necessary to do that. It's really up to you then, you know, how you feel comfortable shopping in a store like this versus a bigger hypermarket. There's also some cakes, and we've got lots of choice of milk. Maybe the milk could be on a higher shelf to make it easier to reach. Butter right there. And then there's, coming back around to the different sausages. So the simple idea of this is put it all in one chilled fridge and you're good to go. There's even some sparkling wine here as well. So you can get some chilled wine and have a look at that. Produced in Italy. So it's Italian. Con-Tree. So how is this Italian sparkling wine here in Russia? Someone needs to tell me. So one of the questions I get a lot in many videos that I've produced, and if you maybe read the comments, is there's no shoppers in these stores. You're filming them and the stores are empty of shoppers and customers. And the one thing is, in Russia and here in Moscow, there is hundreds of choices of supermarkets that we can come to. You know, we can come to this one, we can walk 100 meters down the road and there's another one. There's a bigger supermarket from here about 5 minutes walk away. So not everyone's going to shop in the same store because you've got so many choices of places you can go to. They do actually have a seasonal section here in the corner where they chain things every couple of weeks, and different items will come in with different prices, and it encourages you then to come back and shop again and again and find new products. Now, it's not very accessible at the moment because they put all of their load right here in the store because they probably battle to get things out as quick as they sell it. And you can see even from the lines at the register, you know, how popular this place is and just how many people like shopping here. And I hope, this really proves to everybody that there is people shopping at supermarkets in Russia. There's even all of the classic candy bars here. My favorite Bounty. And I don't really like Mars bar. Alpine Gold I really like, but there's no regular Alpine Gold. Where is that? That's actually produced by Mondelez, which have said that they're leaving Russia, but I'm showing this right to you on the video. And the line just gets longer as I'm trying to navigate my way around the store. As I make my way out of the store, I really hope you've enjoyed this walk around of a Russian typical deep discount supermarket. I have made videos in other stores similar to this concept. One is called Chizhyk. I actually spent a day working in one of those stores, so you might want to check out that video. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Post a comment, let me know what you think. Perhaps this is something similar to where you live. This concept, maybe it isn't even in the country where you are and it's a great idea for shopping. Let me know in the comments. If you want to follow me on Telegram, there's a link coming up right now. And if you want to watch that video of me working in Chizhyk, which is another version of deep discount supermarket, click the link now, it's going to come right up. You can check that out after this video. And I'm off on another adventure. Bye everybody.